One of the most common questions we get is about straight cut transfer gears. So today we're going to run you through all the options available. So first choice is going to be on your idler gear. Do you have pin type or roller bearing type? So with the pin type, this is the A series 4 synchro and this is the A plus 4 synchro. As you'll see, the pin size is a lot bigger on the A+. This is something that was changed in production to make the product better over the years. So the first one is the 3 synchro bearing, and the rollers, as you'll see, are quite small. This was then improved to the 4 synchro. As you can see now, the rollers are slightly bigger. I'll put it next to the other one so that you've got a better. And after that, they went up then to the most modern one, which is the A+. And you can see the rollers are huge compared to the other two. The OD of an A+ is 1 3/8, 1.3750. The dimension on the 4 synchro is 1 1/16, 1.06. And the 3 synchro is 1 inch. You'll have to take into account that the couple of thou extra is the interference fit, the tolerance. So they're the basic size. 1 inch, 1 1/16, or 1 3/8. Now obviously, as they've gone up larger in outside diameter, they've also increased the diameter of the shaft. So, shaft on the 4 synchro, 3/4 inch. Size on the A+, 0.875, so 7/8 inch. Okay, so we've just bought a used gearbox casing in from out of the workshop. It's quite grubby, but it's just there just to give you a general idea. So this is the A series idler gear, and it actually fits in to the bearing like so. Don't forget, it will have a thrust washer on each side to take up the end float once you assemble it with the flywheel housing. So you can see now, over the years, they improved from small to slightly larger to the largest size of idler gear bearings, because this is an inherent problem with the transfer gears on an A series. This is now why we've moved up to the roller bearing idler gear. This is an A+ one, which has got the same size OD here and here as the A+ idler gear. So looking up close, these are the different size spindles that press into the gearbox housing. So firstly, we just take one to pieces. So this presses into the actual diameter that the idler bearing used to fit into. This piece actually fits into the flywheel housing, which when you put the flywheel housing on, actually locates like so. And then the gear itself, this is the gear. You'll notice internally ground with 2 circlip grooves. Here is the bearing now, and you'll see the rollers are huge compared to everything else. So the bearing actually presses into the hole, and a circlip either side to retain the bearing in the gear. The inner race presses onto the shaft, and then it looks like this. This is the complete assembly assembled. So if we just pop it apart, you'll see there, there and there. Okay, so here's a gearbox casing. This is A+ that we fetched from the workshop. You'll have to excuse the condition. It's just a second-hand one that we've brought in as a demonstration. So there we have the gear. I'll just slide it off. There's a little thrust washer. You'll see we've pre-fitted the spindle into the casing. The best way to do this is warm the casing up so it expands. Spindle slides in. As it cools down, it grips onto the shaft. So there's the A+ one into the casing. We'll pop the gear back on. We'll pop the thrust washer back on. And then what you will have here is you've got an option Some people have got A plus gearboxes, but they've got A series housings. So you can either put A plus transmission housing on or A series transmission housing on, simply by swapping what we call the top hat. If you do want to mix and match with the top hats, give us a ring, because they're not listed on the website. We'll have to specifically mix and match one for you, but it can be done if we have the stock at the time of request. This is the primary gear. What you'll see is splines here to hold the clutch plate, ground diameter here, which the primary gear oil seal runs on. These are the return drillings to get the oil away from the oil seal back to lubricate the inside of the bushes on the primary gear. You'll notice this one's got the front top hat bush pre-fitted, and it's actually been line bored and refaced on the front face to dimension. We only make one primary gear for the 998 and 1275 engine. How we get over the different crank sizes is we have two different bushes. The internal bush on this one fits the 998, and the internal bush size on this one fits the 1275, but the OD on both bushes is the same. So you can take this one gear and you can fit either the 1275 bush in or the 998 bush. There we go. So the reason this bush is fitted afterwards is because it's a floating bush. So obviously it butts up internally within the gear, and then it's held in place by the wire flat circlip. You'll then notice that the bore on this one is to suit the smaller diameter 998 crank, and the bore of this one, if it was fitted, is for the larger diameter on the 1275 crankshaft. Okay, and finally we have the input gear. This is 24 tooth. The two holes here, some people have asked us what it's for. They're for the legs of the tab washer to go into, that you can lock down over the nut that retains it onto the main shaft. Not a lot to say about this apart from these are good for 4 synchro, A+, but if you're going to fit it on a 3 synchro, you will need a spacer behind it, because the 3 synchro ones are normally longer and we don't make those because there's not enough core for them. So the final choice is ratio, and the ratios are quite, well, variable. So you can have either a 23 tooth or a 24 tooth primary gear. You can also have 23 tooth or 24 tooth input gear, and both of those primaries and inputs work with the 30 tooth idler gear. So theory is 24 and 24 primary and input will give 1-to-1 ratio. If you take the 24 off and put a 23 on, so your 24 primary, 30 idler, 23 input, you are on 0.958 ratio. If you then go 24 off and 23 on, you've now got 23, 30, 23, which again will give you 1-to-1 ratio. If you now take the 23 input off and put in the 24 input, you've now got 23 primary, 30, 24. This will give you a ratio of 1.043. If you were to take the roller bearing idler out and put in the pin type idler, that will make no difference because they are both 30 tooth. Okay, so changing the ratio on the transfer gears will alter your final drive ratio, either positive or negative. That could be quite complicated, so we've done a blog post on all of the ratios and all of the information. We'll put a link down below, And then if you've got any other questions or you need any answers for anything, don't hesitate, give us a call, drop us a mail. There you go.